Are you tired of feeling manipulated? Want to take control and get out of this trap? Then these Stoic lessons are for you. Be aware of your emotions. Cultivating emotional awareness is your shield against manipulation. Recognizing your emotional responses to situations empowers you to maintain balance and make clear-headed decisions. When you understand how you react to different scenarios, you become less vulnerable to those who may try to exploit your emotions. By acknowledging your feelings, you gain insight into how they influence your thoughts, behaviors, and decision-making processes. This heightened self-awareness is instrumental in preventing manipulation, particularly when it stems from emotional triggers. When you're attuned to your emotions, you're less likely to react impulsively or irrationally to external stimuli. Instead, you can pause, reflect, and assess the situation objectively. This conscious awareness enables you to differentiate between genuine emotional responses and manipulative tactics aimed at exploiting your vulnerabilities. Maintaining emotional balance also allows you to respond thoughtfully and intentionally to interpersonal interactions and external pressures. Rather than being swayed by fleeting emotions, you can engage with others from a place of clarity and composure. This self-regulation serves as a shield against manipulation, as you're less susceptible to being coerced or misled by emotional appeals. Question your assumptions. We often operate on autopilot, guided by assumptions that haven't been checked under the hood. Stoicism, however, urges us to question these assumptions, acting as a safeguard against both emotional manipulation and illogical choices. Emotions and societal pressures can easily distort our view of reality. We might believe something is true simply because we feel strongly about it or because it aligns with what others expect. By questioning these assumptions, we strip away the emotional and societal layers, revealing the underlying truth and allowing us to see things objectively. Unexamined assumptions can also lead us down the wrong path. We might make decisions based on beliefs that haven't been held up to scrutiny. Questioning these assumptions allows us to assess their validity and ensure our choices are rooted in logic and reason, not unfounded convictions. By questioning our assumptions, we become active participants in shaping our own thought processes. We ask ourselves, is this belief truly based on evidence, or is it driven by emotion or societal pressure? This critical analysis allows us to separate fact from fiction, ensuring our choices are rooted in logic rather than unchallenged beliefs. Furthermore, questioning assumptions fosters a sense of intellectual curiosity. It opens us to new perspectives and challenges our existing framework of knowledge. This continuous learning process leads to personal growth and the ability to adapt to ever-changing circumstances. So the next time you find yourself holding a strong belief, pause and question its foundation. Be skeptical. In today's information age, a healthy dose of skepticism is essential to avoid being misled. This means questioning the information we encounter and scrutinizing its source before accepting it as truth. The first step is verification. Don't simply take information at face value. Verify facts by checking with credible sources and comparing different perspectives. This helps identify potential biases or misinformation that might be lurking beneath the surface. Furthermore, consider alternative viewpoints. Often, information is presented from a specific angle, which can paint an incomplete picture. By actively seeking contrary perspectives, we gain a more nuanced understanding of the subject and avoid falling prey to one-sided narratives. This questioning approach isn't about blind doubt, but about cultivating critical thinking. By being skeptical, we become informed consumers of information, capable of discerning truth from manipulation. We are less likely to fall victim to sensationalized headlines, biased opinions, or outright falsehoods masquerading as facts. Remember, skepticism empowers us to be independent thinkers, able to make our own informed judgments based on a thorough and balanced evaluation of the information available. This critical thinking skill is crucial for navigating the complex and ever-evolving information landscape we find ourselves in today. Practice detachment. In the face of manipulation, cultivating a sense of detachment is your shield. Detachment, in this context, doesn't imply indifference or apathy, but rather a healthy distance from external outcomes and possessions. This distance reduces your vulnerability to manipulation tactics that exploit your desires or fears. Imagine someone trying to pressure you into a decision by dangling the promise of a reward or threatening the potential for loss. By practicing detachment, you remain unfazed by these external motivators. You recognize that your worth and happiness are not contingent on acquiring or losing material things or achieving certain outcomes. This doesn't mean disregarding your needs or aspirations entirely. It simply means prioritizing your inner peace and well-being over external validation or the pursuit of fleeting pleasures. When your sense of self isn't tied to external factors, you become less susceptible to manipulation attempts that prey on your desires or fears. Detachment allows you to make clear-headed decisions based on your values and principles rather than emotional urges or external pressures. It empowers you to navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and inner strength. Remember, true fulfillment comes from within, not from external validation or the accumulation of possessions. By practicing detachment, you free yourself from the clutches of manipulation and cultivate a life of inner peace and genuine satisfaction. Exercise empathy. In the dynamic game of human interaction, empathy becomes a powerful tool against manipulation. By understanding the perspectives and motivations of others, you gain valuable insights that can help you anticipate potential manipulative tactics. This understanding allows you to respond with a combination of compassion and assertiveness. By stepping into another's shoes, you gain insight into their motivations and the narrative they might be weaving. This foresight empowers you to anticipate potential manipulative maneuvers before they unfold. Recognizing guilt trips, appeals to pity, or attempts to exploit your emotions allows you to respond strategically rather than impulsively. However, empathy is not synonymous with naivety. Understanding their perspective doesn't mean condoning manipulative behavior. It allows you to respond with compassion, acknowledging their feelings and needs while assertively communicating your boundaries. By setting clear limits while remaining empathetic, you disarm potential manipulation attempts while fostering genuine connection. Remember, true empathy fosters mutual respect and understanding. It allows you to navigate interactions with greater awareness and compassion, protecting yourself from manipulation while also fostering healthy and authentic relationships. Set boundaries. In the realm of human interaction, boundaries act as your personal moat, safeguarding your well-being and preventing manipulation. Setting clear boundaries communicates your autonomy and establishes what you deem acceptable and unacceptable behavior in your relationships. Boundaries encompass various aspects of your life, from your time and energy to your emotional space and personal values. Defining these boundaries allows you to communicate your needs and expectations effectively. Others then understand how to interact with you respectfully and what behaviors overstep your limits. Setting boundaries isn't about being selfish, it's about prioritizing your own well-being. When you allow others to constantly exploit your time, resources, or emotional space, you become vulnerable to manipulation. By establishing clear boundaries, you empower yourself to say no to requests that drain your energy or violate your values. This process isn't always smooth sailing. You might encounter resistance or pushback from others who previously benefited from your lack of boundaries. However, remain firm and consistent in your communication, reminding yourself that respectful relationships require reciprocity. Ultimately, setting boundaries fosters healthy and authentic interactions. It empowers you to take control of your life and navigate relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, safeguarding yourself from manipulation and fostering personal growth. Be authentic. By embracing your true self, flaws and all, you deter manipulative attempts that prey on your insecurities or desire for approval. Imagine yourself in a situation where someone tries to exploit your desire to be liked by making unreasonable requests. By presenting a genuine and honest version of yourself, you become less susceptible to their tactics. You don't feel the need to conform to their expectations or wear a mask to gain their approval. Authenticity doesn't imply being rude or inconsiderate. It simply means being true to your values, beliefs, and personality. When you project this genuine self, you attract individuals who appreciate you for who you are, fostering healthy and respectful connections. Furthermore, authenticity empowers you to set boundaries more effectively. When you know your own worth and are comfortable with your true self, you're less likely to compromise your values or well-being to please others. This inner strength grants you the confidence to say no to manipulation attempts and navigate relationships with integrity. Authenticity empowers you to live life on your own terms. It allows you to stand tall in your convictions, free from the chains of manipulation. By embracing your true self, you cultivate a life filled with genuine connections, personal growth, and enduring fulfillment. Avoid impulsivity. In the face of potential manipulation, resisting impulsivity is your shield. Impulsive reactions, fueled by emotions or external pressures, can leave you vulnerable to making choices you later regret. By pausing and reflecting before taking action, you empower yourself to make informed decisions free from manipulation attempts. Imagine yourself in a situation where someone tries to pressure you into a quick decision. Taking a moment to pause allows you to step back from the emotional intensity and assess the situation rationally. This pause empowers you to evaluate the request objectively, considering its potential consequences and alignment with your values. By avoiding impulsivity, you also disrupt the momentum of manipulation. Manipulators often rely on the element of surprise and the pressure of immediate response to gain control. Pausing throws them off balance, giving you the opportunity to regain control of the situation and respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Furthermore, this mindful approach allows you to tap into your intuition. The pause creates space for your gut feeling to emerge, potentially revealing red flags or underlying motives you might have missed in the heat of the moment. Remember, wisdom lies in thoughtful consideration, not hasty reactions. By cultivating a mindful approach, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and purpose, safeguarding yourself from manipulation and making choices that align with your true values and goals. Choose your influences wisely. The company you keep significantly impacts your life, especially when it comes to vulnerability to manipulation. By choosing your influences wisely and surrounding yourself with positive individuals, you cultivate a protective shield against manipulation attempts. Seek out individuals who uphold values that resonate with your own. These individuals are more likely to support your growth and challenge you in healthy ways. They inspire you to be your best self and promote personal integrity. Conversely, avoid individuals who exhibit manipulative tendencies. These individuals might try to exploit your vulnerabilities, pressure you into compromising your values, or use tactics like guilt-tripping or emotional manipulation to control you. Discerning who to surround yourself with can be challenging, but pay attention to how different individuals make you feel. Choose people who uplift you, encourage your growth, and treat you with respect. These individuals contribute to a supportive and empowering environment, fostering your resilience against manipulation. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. By choosing your influences wisely, you curate a social circle that not only protects you from manipulation, but also empowers you to thrive and become the best version of yourself. Detachment from social approval. In the pursuit of happiness, detaching from social approval becomes your shield against manipulation. This doesn't imply complete isolation, but rather a shift in perspective. Instead of seeking constant external validation, recognize that true fulfillment stems from within, not outside validation. Imagine a situation where someone tries to manipulate you by withholding approval or offering praise conditionally. By practicing detachment, you remain unfazed by their tactics. You understand that your worth is not contingent on their approval, but on your own values, principles, and inner compass. This detachment doesn't necessitate disregard for your social life. It simply emphasizes finding meaning and satisfaction from within while still valuing genuine connections and healthy relationships. This allows you to interact authentically, free from the constant need to please others. Furthermore, detachment empowers you to make decisions based on your own convictions, not the fleeting approval of others. You are less susceptible to manipulation attempts that exploit your desire for social acceptance or fear of rejection. True fulfillment comes from within, not from the fleeting approval of others. By practicing detachment from social approval, you empower yourself to live a life of genuine satisfaction and personal integrity, free from the clutches of manipulation. Develop emotional intelligence. By developing your ability to recognize and regulate your emotions effectively, you become less susceptible to tactics that exploit your emotional vulnerabilities. Imagine yourself in a situation where someone tries to pressure you into something by making you feel guilty or anxious. By recognizing these emotions as they arise, you can understand their cause and potential consequences. This awareness allows you to regulate your emotional response, preventing them from clouding your judgment. Emotional intelligence empowers you to respond assertively rather than reactively. You can communicate your needs and boundaries clearly and calmly, even in emotionally charged situations. This assertiveness prevents manipulators from exploiting your emotions and taking advantage of your vulnerabilities. Furthermore, emotional intelligence fosters empathy. By understanding your own emotions, you become more adept at recognizing and understanding the emotions of others. This allows you to build genuine connections and navigate social interactions with greater compassion and understanding. Developing emotional intelligence empowers you to be a more mindful and self-aware individual. You can effectively manage your emotions, make informed decisions, and build healthier relationships, all while safeguarding yourself from manipulation attempts and fostering personal growth. Develop critical thinking skills. In the ever-flowing stream of information, critical thinking skills act as your filter against manipulation. By sharpening your ability to evaluate information critically, you gain the power to discern fact from opinion and avoid being swayed by misinformation or manipulation tactics. Imagine yourself bombarded with conflicting opinions or emotionally charged arguments. Critical thinking empowers you to pause and analyze the information presented. You can question the source, identify underlying biases, and seek evidence to support the claims being made. This skill goes beyond simply verifying facts. It involves understanding the logic and reasoning behind the information. Are the arguments presented sound and well-constructed, or built on fallacies and emotional appeals? By critically examining these aspects, you can deconstruct persuasive yet manipulative tactics. Critical thinking fosters intellectual curiosity. You become an active learner, seeking diverse perspectives and engaging in healthy skepticism, rather than accepting information at face value. This empowers you to make informed decisions based on a comprehensive understanding of the situation, not just persuasive rhetoric or manipulative attempts. Developing critical thinking skills equips you to be a responsible and empowered individual. You can navigate the complexities of the world with greater clarity and confidence, safeguarding yourself from manipulation and making informed choices that align with your values and goals. Practice forgiveness. By releasing resentment and grudges towards others, you free yourself from the emotional burdens that can leave you vulnerable to manipulation attempts. This journey towards forgiveness cultivates inner peace and reconciliation, empowering you to move forward with greater clarity and purpose. Imagine a situation where someone's past actions continue to cloud your judgment, making you susceptible to their manipulative tactics. By choosing to forgive, you don't condone their behavior, but rather release the emotional hold it has on you. This allows you to approach future interactions with a clearer mind and a more objective perspective, reducing the risk of manipulation. Forgiveness isn't always easy, And it doesn't mean forgetting the past. It's a conscious decision to let go of the negative emotions associated with the experience, choosing peace over resentment. This empowers you to reclaim your emotional well-being and prevent past hurts from dictating your present and future interactions. Forgiveness doesn't condone the actions of others. It's about releasing yourself from the burden of carrying the negativity. It allows you to move forward with a lighter heart and cultivate inner peace. This fosters a sense of emotional resilience, making you less susceptible to manipulation attempts that seek to exploit past wounds. Avoid black and white thinking. Black and white thinking, also known as dichotomous or all-or-nothing thinking, involves categorizing people, events, or ideas into rigid and often oversimplified categories of good or bad, right or wrong. This binary perspective fails to acknowledge the inherent complexity and multifaceted nature of reality, leading to distorted perceptions and judgments. By embracing nuance, individuals recognize that most situations and individuals exist within a spectrum of shades of gray, rather than fitting neatly into simplistic categories. This nuanced perspective allows for a deeper understanding of the complexities and contradictions inherent in human nature and social dynamics. Imagine someone trying to pressure you into a decision by portraying a situation as either all good or all bad. Recognizing the spectrum of possibilities between these extremes empowers you to evaluate the situation objectively. You can consider various factors, potential consequences, and alternative perspectives, avoiding the simplistic trap set by manipulators. Black and white thinking hinders critical thinking. It prevents you from identifying shades of gray, recognizing multiple perspectives, and making informed decisions based on a comprehensive understanding of the situation. By embracing complexity, you gain a more holistic viewpoint, allowing you to see through manipulative tactics that rely on overly simplistic narratives. By acknowledging the complexities within individuals and situations, you become less susceptible to manipulation attempts that rely on stereotypes, prejudices, or fear-mongering. You can engage in respectful dialogue even with those who hold differing views. Walk away from toxic people. Sometimes the most powerful defense against manipulation is knowing when to walk away. If someone in your life consistently exhibits manipulative behaviors, despite your efforts to communicate boundaries and maintain healthy interactions, removing them from your life might be the best course of action. This isn't about giving up or avoiding challenges, it's about prioritizing your well-being and setting healthy boundaries. When someone constantly tries to control you, belittles your opinions, or exploits your vulnerabilities, their presence can be detrimental to your mental and emotional health. Walking away doesn't signify weakness. It demonstrates strength and self-respect. It sends a clear message that you won't tolerate manipulation and that you value yourself enough to prioritize your well-being. This act can be empowering, allowing you to reclaim your power and focus on building healthier relationships. This decision won't be easy, especially if the individual is close to you. However, remember that you are not responsible for their behavior or their happiness. You deserve to be surrounded by individuals who respect you, support you, and uplift you. Walking away can be the catalyst for personal growth and positive change. It allows you to create space for healthier relationships and to invest your energy in individuals who genuinely value you for who you are. Ultimately, it empowers you to live a life free from manipulation and filled with genuine connection and respect.